How far can pretty privilege get you?
Oh no, oh, this girl lost her pretty privilege because she turned into a pretentious because she gained fame and money since she was 17. Oh, let's all feel bad for her.
TikTok star Charli D'Amelio. Charli D'Amelio. Charli D'Amelio. Charli D'Amelio.
I was like, that's it, I'm famous. Don't talk to me.
Guys, it's Charli, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you my first ever YouTube video on my YouTube channel. Ow.
If there was one person who saved the universe in their past life, it must be Charli D'Amelio, because she was dealt with everything anyone could ever ask to be successful. A virally beautiful face and body.
Ooh, I'm gonna call it debatable on that one. And these two pictures right here, she looks pretty good, but she's full of makeup. If you see her in other pictures and other dances that she does, she is mid, like right there, she's mid.
Agency in the industry, a book deal, a reality TV show, a clothing line, a makeup line, a record deal. But somehow, there is still a way to mess everything up.
Just really need to admit this to you guys. I actually do have nipples, and I mean, that's really, that's all that I can say about this right now.
So how did the D'Amelios screw up more than $32 million worth of pretty privilege? That's exactly the mystery we're going to uncover today. We are going to explore how pretty privilege can still fail you if you have a terrible brand.
I really don't want to work anymore.
And I think it's so important to be aware and reflective of the people who are shaping our culture.
God, it is getting difficult to edit this with that video. My goodness. I'm sorry you had to see that, but I just had to throw that in there because that's one of the people shaping our culture. Isn't that James Charles person that pretends to be a girl?
I'm upset because I haven't been in any drama.
This is why America is failing. Oh my God, I'm so upset. I haven't had any drama lately.
First, we need to understand how the D'Amelios had every single chance to build a billion-dollar empire. Charli D'Amelio, for those who have never heard of a small app called TikTok, good for you, is a Connecticut high schooler who is not a nepo baby, an Instagram heiress, or a self-made artist. She started creating dance videos on TikTok in 2019 that quickly broke the platform and the Guinness World Record as the first person with 50 million followers on TikTok in April 2020, then 100 million in November 2020. The entire internet and Charli herself was dumbfounded by this success because while Charli was a dancer, many have claimed her dances to be mediocre. Surely it can't be that people are shallow and that the TikTok algorithm prefers a pretty face, right? Not possible at all.
This is why talentless hacks like this get famous and then get a big head, because they have the simp army in their wallet.
Of course, Renegade became the Charli D'Amelio dance because she did it so much better than the original choreographer. And of course, the reason Dixie D'Amelio, Charli's sister, began blowing up too was that her natural talents blew the platform away. All in all, some people are born on the right side of the beauty algorithm and beauty standard, and they should embrace it.
You're a mid girl who is perceived as super hot and you become famous and then you lose it all. How does that even happen?
But as the sisters are dealing with this life-changing fame, which in this day means power, which means money, their parents and new team saw a pot of gold. How exciting! There is so much possibility when the hype is only rising for the girls. They were seen as the model citizens of TikTok and basically had the attention of every teenage girl in the nation. There was so much potential here for them to grow into the icons and role models for the next generation of young girls. But no, the D'Amelio parents said, heck, we are the new Kardashians. And if you're the Kardashians, then being hot is all you need to build a successful business, right? And so what happened next was a big, impressive list of business ventures. But if you take a closer look, you'll start to realize that each is very mid, and that the team behind them is not just uncreative, but literally throwing random shit at the wall and hoping that one will stick.
Wow.
So what this is it's a look at your 2021. This is the major things we're focusing on. So we have all partnerships. We have, the different companies you're working with, like, ring lights and starting a clothing company. So, and then you have books and TV shows.
The list is so big, we need to first look at physical products and then their digital appearances that led to the ultimate downfalls. From 2020 to 2023 alone, they had their makeup line with Morphe, not exactly a hit, then a collaboration drink with Dunkin' Donuts, a fragrance line, a nail polish collection, a mattress, a footwear brand, a skincare brand, a popcorn brand, where I don't know which creative genius idea it was to tell the D'Amelios to dress up as Walmart employees in order to promote this relatable, fun brand. And all they did was to mock the working class where labor was only a fun activity for them.
I don't know who didn't see this as a marketing fail. I don't even go to school for marketing. I've never worked in marketing, but to have some pretentious girl who's been famous since she was 17 dress up in a Walmart outfit and then act that way while, scanning groceries, and they're like, oh, this is a great marketing idea. Yeah, right. It proves how pretentious she is. Because, that's just her and her sister showing their true nature.
And being so incredibly talented while launching back-to-back businesses, Charli D'Amelio, of course, had the time to write a book in 2020.
That's probably the smartest piece of literature ever written.
Called Essentially Charli, the ultimate guide to keeping it real, which became a New York Times bestseller.
How?
If there was an award for launching the most number of unmemorable businesses, the D'Amelios probably would have won. If I didn't tell you, you probably don't even know half of these brands existed, and some of them deceased. Because honestly, by the speed that these products were launched immediately following the blow up, there is just no way that they were developed with care and passion from Charli and Dixie. These brands have no connection with them. Like, why shoes? Why popcorn? Why mattress? It's just slapping the D'Amelio label on a bunch of consumer goods that are very mid themselves. The fact that you don't even know the name of the quote-unquote brands launched by the D'Amelios shows you how disconnected they are from these brands. And it is so funny to read Charli D'Amelio's brand inspiration for the shoes as, quote, "We are always in heels, we are walking carpets, we've done all the uncomfortable blister-filled shoes before. So it's been really nice to be able to look into our closets and see, what are we missing and what do we have that we can make better?" Clearly extremely relatable to their teenage girl fan base who walk in heels and go to carpets all day. And clearly the dream shoes for the teenage boys who follow them because of their hotness.
I love you so much. We love you so much. Charli, let's go.
I love you, Charli, you're the go.
It's crazy how their entire marketing team never gave a single thought to who the targeted demographic is, because it is not women in their 20s and 30s with actual purchasing power who will want to wear these hot pink or electric blue pumps to work, which is probably a hard concept for the D'Amelio sisters to grasp because they never had to work a single day since they had enough money to do whatever they want since 17. On the personal branding side, although it seems like the D'Amelio family has done so much since Charli became famous on TikTok, everything they worked on somehow only made them less and less relevant and less likable. Since blowing up, the D'Amelios launched a podcast because every other influencer under the sun did, called Two Chicks Podcast. They made a total of 27 episodes before asking the question, is this what the girls actually want to do, and do they have anything to talk about? Dixie began doing music, and so did Charli. They had their family YouTube channel, which had a lot of backlash since the first episode, where the girls were seen as extremely rude, and in spite of a private chef-made meal, Dixie threw it up in front of everyone, and Charli said it's better to get dino nuggets.
Sometimes happens when... Oh God.
So dramatic.
Do we have any dino nuggets?
At this point, the D'Amelio brand was already out of touch with their audiences, who likely don't live in a large mansion with private chefs, but that's okay. They don't have to build a relatable brand if they want to be more aspirational like Taylor Swift or Billie Eilish. They could keep their mystique and stop doing the mediocre family content. But no, the team behind the D'Amelios wanted them to be the Kardashians and put them on a reality TV show even after the YouTube family channel backlash. While they lacked the very essential elements of the Kardashians to be interesting,
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry, my diamond earrings!
Sex tapes, celebrity scandals, divorces, pregnancies. The D'Amelios are just too normal and unproblematic compared to other celebrities. The biggest drama they could pull is Charli and Dixie hating each other.
No, I think it's so cute that you riding on my coattails like really worked out for you.
No, I mean, like, that was your whole life. I mean, 2 years compared to 18, it's like really different.
Yeah.
Which is so hard to watch because it's not authentic.
I was caught off guard and then expected to be like, oh my god, this is so perfect. You know what? Why don't you put this song on my album? We could do it together.
And probably did damage their relationship as a family.
What the hell just happened? Like, I thought you were the only person I could really trust in the world. That's not fair to me. So how are we supposed to live with each other anymore?
In addition, the fact that almost every single episode was about the sisters facing hate from people on the internet due to their massive following and massive presence online is very jarring for the audience. Not saying that the hate they're dealing with is not valid or important, but to their viewers who don't understand a life of never needing to work since 17, having the luxury of time to cry repeatedly in a mansion and complain is very off-putting, where there's a lack of awareness of privilege.
Okay, don't leave. Don't click off the video. I had to leave that in there. She's not talking about multiculturalism privilege, like the definition they use. She's talking about rich people privilege, which I completely believe is a real thing.
The biggest challenge they have to face in life is the hate that comes from having hundreds of millions of followers, where many cannot even afford a roof over their heads and have to stress about where the next meal is. The impression of Charli and Dixie not being appreciative of the capital, money, and power they have is not only unrelatable, but also unlikable. And if they're building brands after brands after brands that depend on their personal brand and people liking them, then if people don't like them, then of course the brands they release every few months flop. In addition to how each product has no soul or passion. Since the very start, except for maybe Charli and her dancing, there was not a soul or passion in every project that D'Amelios touched on.
D'Amelio footwear is recommended by doctors to treat broken ankles. Don't say, you can't say that.
Not sure if Dixie D'Amelio even wanted to be a TikTok star or singer, while always being overshadowed by Charli.
It's always your time to shine.
When the entire enterprise was born because of the lucky, or perhaps unlucky, pretty privilege without a soulful connection, it is doomed to fail as soon as the halo effect of a pretty face or body gets tiring and loses its shine.
To be able to accomplish losing your pretty privilege before you turn 40, that's something really significant. So maybe she's not mid. Maybe she did something spectacular. Something that most women can't pull off till after 40.